What's poppin'? It's your boy T Mike, man, and I'm enjoying this atmosphere right now. But I got this message that I channeled a couple days ago, and it was basically a reminder from the man upstairs that your haters are like a blessing in disguise if you utilize it the right way. I got a couple story times, man.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Of things that happen, and during the process of them, as I always say, man, you don't understand what God doing until later a lot of times, and you be like, thank you. Like, doing it might be like, this is some BS, like I'm going through it or something, but nah, man, he always know what he doing. And God, if he were to just put stuff out and let you know everything that's gonna happen, what would life be? What would the human experience be? That's why he be throwing curveballs. God wants you to have some excitement in your life or some shit. Like, now that's not saying, I'm not talking about no toxic ass shit, nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? God likes stories. He like the plot, like storylines and stuff. But as I was saying with the story times, man, okay, when I first got back into rapping, because I used to rap a lot when I was like a little ass kid, like 9 years old and shit like that, like 10 and shit. I used to really be rapping. I had rap groups and all kinds of shit. And as time went on, I didn't understand that me knowing how to rap would cause envy and people hating on me. And I've been told y'all I didn't know what a hater was, because I'm not a hating ass nigga. So I didn't understand how somebody could hate somebody for being good at something. Like, I ain't never been no envious, jealous ass nigga. Like, that's just not in my heart to be a hating ass nigga. So once I found my path back with rapping, bro, I had went to the studio, like an actual studio, for the first time. Somebody had invited me, right? So this person invites me to the studio, and when we get there, I'm thinking I'm just supposed to sit there and be there and support them type of shit. This nigga say my name in the song, and like he want me to come in with a verse. I'm like, oh, well, fuck it. I go in the verse, I eat that bitch up quick. That was gay. No, I killed the verse, right? So I killed the verse, bro. And then the person only paid for an hour of studio time. So I'm like, fuck it. At this time, I was still doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all it was a transition thing. And I'm like, I ain't no rapper. I'm really out here doing certain shit. So I ain't trying to talk about this shit. So I'm like, fuck it, here. Just take the money. Shit, we need another hour in that bit. So I get to keep recording. I finish the song and shit. Woo. The dude who was engineering this shit, he like, hey, y'all still got like 20 more minutes left or some shit. I said, shit, well, put this beat on then. I'm finna just go on freestyle this junk. Man, I went crazy on that junk. The 96 Bulls. I just rapped it. I just went in and killed that junk quick. And as I'm rapping, I can see the engineer nigga. He like. So I killed the beat in like 10 minutes. So as we sitting there, he mixing it up and shit, woo to woo. I can see the engineer. He feeling this shit. That man like, hey man. I'm sitting there just smoking with the nigga who I came with the woo, because I got to drop him off afterwards. So I'm like, the engineer like, man, what's your name, bro? It wasn't that he asked me my name. Of course he want my name to, I guess, just a normal, the way he asked it was like, like, nigga, who are you? And I'm just like, man, I'm T-Mike, man. So I don't think nothing too much of it, but I realized, like, that was kind of fun, like, and I've always been a quiet individual. So I found a way to express myself artistically. I had realized that rapping wasn't about no gold chains and fancy cars and pretty women and all this dumb shit, all this stupid shit this is actual art. Like, I like music. So once I found that way to express myself, it was like I got hooked on it. I'm like, I gotta do this again. Like, for real. So I'm like, all right, we leave the session. He sent me the songs and shit. I don't think too much of it, right? So when the dude, I'm trying to figure out like how to get back in contact with the engineer who had the studio shit. So I hit the dude up who invited me to the session. It turns out, so I'm hitting him up like, yeah, what's the nigga number and this and that? What's his social media or some shit so I can go to the studio? This nigga playing all type of games. Like, remember I have a gift of discernment. He won't send me the nigga contact information. It's like he bullshit. And I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? It's a simple send me the shit. That's it. I didn't realize. Remember how I told you I paid for extra hours and shit in the studio? The nigga basically was trying to get me to pay for his studio time. So he didn't want me to be able to go to the studio without him type of shit. That's what type of shit he is. So I'm like, oh, man. So somehow God working in mysterious ways, man. The nigga Instagram popped up, the engineer nigga. So when the engineer, I find his social media, I DM him. I'm like, what's up with the woo? I'm trying to book a session and shit. He like, bet. We set it up in that shit. At this time, I had been doing just basically YouTube videos and all that kind of shit. I wasn't really rapping and all that shit. I was not rapping. I was just making content and vlogs and shit like that. So the person sees all this. The engineer nigga, he see like the brand and all this shit with the woo. When I first ever went to the nigga studio, I had on a Dash TNT shirt and the brand was very started. Like, I'm starting it. Like, you see what's going on type shit. So once I booked the session, I remember I pulled up. This and I had to, you know what I'm saying, woo the woo. So I see how the nigga looking. Like, I'm seeing all of this type of shit, woo the woo. And I'm just, you know what I'm saying, working with the nigga. So we get in the studio. I make a song. This junk hard, this junk. He like, man, this hoe hard, this and that. I smoke with the nigga, get the woo. I gave him his own personal when I took my own personal. I'm like, man, we finna vibe out, get in the zone. So he like, he really cool with it, woo. So leave that session, I realized this nigga ain't never followed me back on Instagram. Like, we done vibed out, I done spent money with you, support your business, all that shit. And I'm like, I ain't thinking nothing of it yet. So all of a sudden, I had family members and shit like that, people around me. I was trying to build a brand. They started seeing me rapping and doing all this shit. So they like, shit, they want to go to the studio type shit. So I'm booking session. I book a session and shit, and it looked like, basically you can tell, it's like I damn near have a record label, and I'm not even trying to do no shit like that. It's just, how the nigga was trying to keep me from the sessions and shit, I put these niggas, I'm like, shit, come, I know what studio with the woo, we can make some music, and everything look cool, everything look smooth, right? So one day, I started noticing that the nigga who didn't follow me back, the engineer nigga, he started posting. He was like, he make beats and shit like that. I'm like, all right, that's cool. It turns out that he rapped too and all of that shit with the woo. But when I heard the shit he was rapping about, it, how he rap, he can't rap. Some niggas just can't make music, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody, music is subjective and shit, but you know when ass is ass, bro. So I had no idea this nigga rapped or no shit like that with the woo. And I would notice how he would be looking at me sometimes and all of this shit with the woo. It was like a jealousy thing. That's why he never followed me back, because I had yet to realize the mirror effect that I have. Like, when you showing up and you doing certain shit, that kind of throw niggas off because I had started to shoot my own music videos and all that shit was just it started happening, and and he knew that I'm the nigga who doing this shit by myself. So it was like of that's what he always wanted to do type shit, and I don't know none of this. I'm just thinking this nigga is an engineer. So this nigga, it's like he started acting Hollywood because a nigga who he was recording had got signed to a record label type shit. So he thinking it's his way out type of shit. Woo woo. So I text the nigga won't respond and all. I'm like, damn. Well, fuck you then. How I say your haters are a blessing in disguise. This taught me, I started recording myself. Like, I had already bought the software and engineer shit because I had bought this for somebody like 2 years or a year or two prior. I bought this shit for somebody else because I was trying to engineer for them and shit like that. I wasn't rapping and shit. It turns out that shit came back in handy. So I started to learn to record myself. And then that increased my production rate, and that helped me save a lot of money. Because how much I create music, if I would have had to spend that time in the studio, that shit would have been a whole lot of thousands. So how that was a blessing. Now I know I can record myself. I can record a song and have that whole mixed in like 10 minutes damn near if I just really go in my flow state. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, damn. All that would have never happened if dude would have still been slick hating and he could have controlled it and played it along and all that shit. And how I knew it was a hate type of thing because remember I told you I started recording myself. My brand kept growing. I kept doing more and more things. Like a year and a half later, remember I told you I brought other niggas to the studio and shit like that. Woo, that's a whole nother story, but the nigga I had went out of town and I did an interview with a nigga, all kind of shit. After the nigga had seen that apparently, because remember I told you he never followed me back. So at this point in time, I done unfollowed the nigga and all kind of shit. He's still watching my page. The nigga must have seen me somewhere on social media and like, he randomly DM'd me and said, hey, you still recording? It really pissed me off because if you looked on my page, remember I just told you I'm doing all this shit, woo, I'm posting and this. So nigga, that's one of them questions where it make you, like what I'm saying, you know the answer to the question, bitch. Ask the question that you really want. You want to back fuck with a nigga because remember I told you he stopped fuck with me because a nigga who he knew got signed and shit, the nigga he knew got signed got his ass put on a shelf. You know how major labels do with niggas and shit, that you signing a record deal don't mean shit. So once he did that shit, I just looked at the message and I just said, yeah. Like, nigga, what the fuck do you... Yeah, I'm still recording. What the fuck do you want, basically? The nigga never said nothing back to the message. You know what he did? He went and DM'd the niggas I brought to the studio and made songs and shit with him. Was like, hey, yeah, we gotta lock in again and this and that, woo da woo. He didn't tell me that. The niggas who he DM'd told me like, hey, you still fuck with dude? Cause he hit me up and all that shit. And we laughed about it like, nigga, that's the shit I be talking about. That slick hating shit. Why is it like that? Who knows, man? But yeah, so that shit happened. And as I said, the hating in disguise. Now I'm an engineer and an artist. I can record myself. I can do all this shit. I would have never really probably focused on that shit if the nigga wasn't doing, if he wouldn't have did that slick hating shit. So that's story number one, man. Number two, this was way before that story. I was still in college type of shit. As I said, I was rapping and shit. Like, I made my first tape on some playful shit. I swear to God. The pandemic had first happened. I can't say the word because they block it out in videos and shit. So that shit had first happened, like, and motherfuckers was bored. I ain't had nothing to do, so I started. One day I never forget, I was listening to some music. And then it was like 3 in the morning. I said, nigga, I'm finna go make a fucking song. I got up and went and made a song. That motherfucker had a little buzz to it. Like, niggas was like, man, hold on, man. Sorry to interrupt the program, guys. I received a phone call. Look bad, nigga. But no, what I was saying, yeah, I made a song, man, and that shit, it was funny as hell to me because people was bumping this motherfucker. It got like 4,000 views and shit now and all this shit. So I'm like, God damn, I didn't even know it was gonna do that shit. And it had like 1,000 views the first 3 days type of shit. So it threw me all the way off. And so I had a partner I was hanging with damn near every day. I called this nigga my little brother, all kind of shit, right? He had been rapping and shit like that. Remember, I was going to school. It was right before my senior year, nigga. I'm finna graduate and go do some whatever shit. I'm thinking some corporate shit or some shit. Woo de woo. Man, so after I make the song, it's like I started liking it again. I'm like, fuck it. I'm finna make a whole tape. So throughout that summer, I made a tape, basically. I don't drop how I be dropping now. I literally made a tape called It Is What It Is. It's only on SoundCloud. So after I made the tape and shit, I didn't know, I wasn't looking for none of this shit, right? So I'm got SoundCloud on my phone. I don't know that you have to have a desktop, like look at it on the laptop. You can get messages on SoundCloud. I had no idea no shit like this. So when I go log into the fucking SoundCloud on my computer, my semester had started and everything. I had dropped the tape like a month ago. Man, I had so many producers and shit DMing me to myself. Man, this shit hard. This shit is... Dog, I recorded this mixtape with no microphone. I used the microphone on the computer. Like, the quality of the sound was ass-tastic. But I was really rapping. Like, I had bars and shit. They like, nah, you could still rap. Like, nobody cared about the quality of the fucking sound. They was like, nigga... I guess everybody could see the potential. Like, they could see, like, nigga, all he need to do is actually get in the studio. Somebody actually hit me up and told me that shit, like a person that I knew, but I ain't seen them in years. They was just like, hey, bro, all you need to do is get in the studio. You can rap and shit. I'm like, bet. I'm still not taking none of this shit serious at all. So, after I started garnering all this attention and shit that I'm not looking for, remember I told you I got a partner who actually been rapping, and that's who I'm pushing more. Like, I'm putting people on to his music. Like, I'm trying to get his shit out there and this and that. Woo woo. So I'm sharing all this news with him, thinking this shit funny and shit. He's saying shit like, he pretending he happy for a nigga, but he's saying shit like, damn, fool, I hope I get that same energy when I drop my tapes and I drop this and that and woo to woo. I don't see it as what it is. He's basically hating. And this shit has happened multiple times. That's why I be quiet and y'all see me, I be by myself a lot. Because, bro, it's hard for me when I just talk about shit normal that's happening to me. I don't be looking at it as big. I don't realize that people be around a nigga competing with a nigga. If you do this, I just seen a video, Corey Holmgren said this shit. If you do anything, you rap, you do hair, you do whatever the fuck you do, if somebody around you does the same thing, it's a great chance that they are competing with you, and not no friendly competition, how I'm probably thinking like we gonna push each other type of shit. No, they're actually competing with you. Like, they get jealous and all that shit. Remember I told you that's never been in my heart. So once I realized that shit, woo to woo, a lot of that shit just made me go harder. As I said, your haters are a blessing in disguise, bro. Like that, when people hate on you, you gotta turn that fuel and put that shit on your fire. It's a fire inside of you, my nigga. Man, you gotta let that motherfucker explode on the nigga ass. Cause people is gonna hate on you. I promise you they are. It's about what you gonna do with that energy. I told you everything is energy. So when people send me negative energy, they don't realize that it makes me stronger because I know how to transmute shit. I'm an alchemist. Literally and spiritually, all that shit. I went to school for chemistry and biology and shit like that. So, nigga, I know all about physics, all kind of shit that The average mind might not know, and I'm very spiritually in tune. So that's a deadly combination, my nigga. So when niggas hate and hate and hate, I be like, let it hit me, nigga. A lot of times I absorb the shit. Sometimes I will let it bounce off me. I will put a shield on because your haters are, it's like, let them motherfuckers bless you. You hating on me lets me know I'm doing a whole lot of shit right. That lets me know that I'm a force to be reckoned with. Cause if I wasn't on shit, you really wouldn't give a fuck, now would you? If you wasn't on shit, your haters wouldn't give a fuck, now would they? So that's the message, man, that I done got. This video just went on. I don't know, man. I just let this shit out. Fuck it, I ain't doing no edits on this video or nothing. I just want this shit to be the message, man. Your haters are a blessing in disguise, my nigga. Don't not wish you have haters. In fact, go get you some more haters, my nigga. Keep doing your thing and go get you some more of they ass. Make them niggas hate even more. What my nigga Dawg said, my nigga. Keep going up the ladder. They mad make 'em matter. Believe it, baby.